Carissime amiche e carissimi amici, buongiorno dal vostro caro giocherellone. Il giocherellone che oggi vi porta Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge. Monkey Island 2 però in versione speciale, ecco qua, quindi in alta risoluzione, con la possibilità di switchare in qualsiasi momento tra la versione vecchia, solamente in inglese, la versione nuova che è solamente un remastered grafico in italiano, totalmente in italiano. Dove eravamo rimasti sul fatto che Guybrush aveva con la mitica Ellen Marley trovato una certa situazione, era riuscito appunto a salvarla dalle grinfie del fantasma del pirata LeChuck e quindi si era venuto a creare questa, diciamo, particolarità. Qual era la particolarità? La particolarità che i due ragazzi si sarebbero poi dopo fusi insieme dopo appunto il salvataggio. Andatevi a vedere le mie passate live, se volete vedere tutto Monkey Island andate sul canale YouTube, cercate Monkey Island e vedrete tutto il primo episodio. Giochiamo adesso a questo secondo, vi porterò tutti gli episodi di Monkey Island, che sono ben 6, ovvero il segreto Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge, Escape from Monkey Island, qual era l'altro? Vabbè, Monkey Island 3, Monkey Island 4 e poi ovviamente i Tales of Monkey Island dell'ultimo episodio Return to Monkey Island. Pensate un pochettino, iniziamo quindi subito a vedere anche le opzioni ovviamente di gioco. Vedete impostazioni, vedete un pochettino, quindi evidenziare i dialoghi, impostazioni di gioco, volume della musica, lo schermo eccetera. Quindi io giocherò in finestra. Perfetto, volevo vedere anche i comandi per passare da una modalità all'altra. Perfetto ragazzi, ok, perfetto, non me li fa vedere. Andiamo subito a fare nuova partita. Le edizioni classiche disponibili sono in inglese. Perfetto, vediamo.
Well, Guybrush Threepwood, you do turn up in the strangest places.
Hi, Elaine. Do you think you could help me out?
How did you get into this mess?
It's kind of a long story.
Oh, that's okay. I've got time.
Well, it all started on Scab Island. Some of my admiring fans had pressured me into telling my LeChuck evaporating story once again.
Deep in the Caribbean, Scab Island.
So I bust into the church and say, "Now you're in for it, you bilious bag of barnacle bait." And then LeChuck cries, "Guybrush, have mercy! I can't take it anymore!"
I think I know how he must have felt.
Yeah, if I hear this story one more time, I'm gonna be crying myself.
Don't you have any new stories?
Well, actually, that's why I'm here on Scab Island. I'm on a whole new adventure.
Growing a mustache?
No, bigger than that.
A beard?
No, I'm in search of treasure. The biggest treasure of them all. A treasure so valuable and so well hidden that it haunts the dreams of every pirate on the seas.
You mean
Big Whoop?
None other.
Then why'd you come here? There's no treasure on Scab Island.
Well, I didn't know that before. Now I'm trying to charter a ship and look someplace else. When I return, I'll have riches galore and a whole new story.
Or you'll have died trying.
either way, we won't have to hear about LeChuck anymore.
Perfetto ragazzi, avete visto che comunque
Those guys wouldn't know a good story even if they paid $50 for it. When I find Big Whoop, I'll become a legend among pirates for generations to come. I can only charter a ship and get off this stinking island.
perfetto, avete capito ragazzi cosa bisogna in realtà fare, quindi prendere una nave e andare via da quest'isola, isola che in realtà non porta niente al caro Guybrush. Quindi prima parte, l'embargo di largo. Ed eccoci qua ragazzi, questi sono tutti i tesori che Guybrush, come avete potuto vedere, ha praticamente preso, quindi vediamo un
This
pochettino.
may be a lot of money, but it's nothing compared to how rich I'll be when I find Big Whoop. I think I'm pretty well prepared financially for now. I should be set for the whole trip with this. This should be plenty of money to charter a ship. Look at all this. I've got enough to buy my own ship in 5 different currencies. I'll be traveling first class on this treasure hunt. Sure took a long time to save all this.
Perfetto ragazzi, quindi ovviamente chiudiamo l'inventario, vedete un pochettino. La prima cosa da fare è prendere ovviamente la pala.
Oops, I think I broke the sign.
Okay, here is the big premiere of iMuse. Right?
Yes.
This is the biggest, and I think the biggest ever, most complicated piece of iMuse music that was ever made.
We had like two full-time programmers who were doing nothing but programming the iMuse transitions.
Because it's a main theme outside, and then every time you go into one of these inner locations or inside the house, it would enable or disable instruments, and it would change the theme a little bit.
Right. Yeah, no, iMuse was absolutely amazing.
But they put a lot of work into it, and they decided never to do it again. Because they're like, no one noticed. I noticed.
I did.
Allora, il sistema iMuse, ragazzi, era un sistema di transizione tra brani musicali, appunto cambiavano gli strumenti in modo tale da adattare la musica e tendenzialmente cambiarla in tempo reale. In realtà io lo notai subito quando giocai, quindi non è vero che non lo notò nessuno, come dicevano ovviamente i due programmatori che poi l'hanno lavorato praticamente al sistema. Ragazzi, io vi voglio far vedere anche un'altra cosa. Premendo F1 potete vedere il gioco reale com'era, vedete ragazzi, quindi veramente è stato fatto un lavoro altamente magistrale. Andiamo qua.
Where do you think you're going, fancy pants? You ain't from these parts, are you? This is a toll bridge. You gotta pay.
Who's gonna make me, shorty?
Tough guy, huh?
Help! Please!
Scream as loud as you want. There's no police on Scab Island.
And who eats the donuts and roughs up the transients?
I roughs up on needs roughing up on this island.
Whoa!
Hey, you're loaded. This is my lucky night. Remember, wherever you go, on sea or on land, you can't ever hide from Lago Legrand.
Tough town. And I guess I should have got those traveler's checks.
Povero Guybrush, che purtroppo adesso, come potete vedere, ha praticamente solo la pala.
Thrifty dig for the treasure hunter on a budget.
Ok, perfetto, ce ne possiamo andare. Allora, dal mitico falegname possiamo andarci dopo. Possiamo però andare, vedete ragazzi, casomai da Wally.
Hello.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes. Hi there. Can I help you?
Hi, I'm Guybrush Threepwood, LeChuck busting stud.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Hi, I'm Guybrush. Who are you?
Wally B. Feed. At your service.
Do you know anything about Big Whoop?
Uh-oh. Who sent you here? I should warn you. I'm heavily armed.
Nobody sent me. I'm freelance.
You better not try for my files. All my research on Big Whoop is in there.
Can I see your files?
Actually, there's not anything in them. I haven't really been able to find out much hard information. What do you know about it?
I know it contains unimaginable wealth.
You mean you never heard of the 4 men who buried it?
No. Tell me all about it.
Well, all anyone knows for sure is that there was a shipwreck. The merchant vessel Elaine went down in a terrible storm.
Elaine?
Only 4 crew members survived. They washed up on a remote deserted island. Some say its name was Inky Island, but I don't believe that.
Ovviamente Elaine è il nome di Elaine Marley. Perché questo? Perché lo capirete tra qualche tempo. Ragazzi, poi vi faccio vedere la grafica originale com'era. Molto molto bella, come potete vedere, un vero e proprio capolavoro.
Go on, finish the story.
Anyway, that's where they supposedly found Big Whoop.
But what is Big Whoop?
Whatever it was so wonderful, or so horrible, that they never wanted anyone else to find it. So, they took the map they made of the island and split it up among the 4 of them, and they all went their separate ways.
Where are they now?
Well, I don't even know their names. I'd go look them up at the Fat City Library if it weren't for this stupid Largo embargo. Of course, it could just be an old legend, but if I could just see the map of that island, I bet I could recognize the shape of the land and track it down myself.
I have some questions about Scab Island.
Why? Thinking about moving here?
Actually, I'm trying to get off it as soon as possible.
Good luck. With the sailing embargo Largo's imposed on Scab, it's hard to get anywhere, which doesn't help my business, let me tell you.
Where's the governor's mansion?
There is no governor on Scab. This is an anarchist cooperative of pirates, cutthroats, and other criminals. A haven for roughnecks and rebels like me. The only authority on this island is that bully Largo.
You know anything about this Largo guy?
He's just the local hood, shakes down everybody in town. Nobody comes or goes from Scab because Largo makes them pay through the nose.
Yeah, tell me about it.
E beh, lui è stato derubato.
I'm looking for some room and board.
Well, I hear there's a new chef down at the Bloody Lip. And the Swamp Rot Inn has all the comforts of the sea. But I think Largo's booked the whole thing.
Thanks for the lowdown.
Any time.
What exactly do you do here?
I'm a cartographer.
You do open heart surgery? In here?
No. I'm the map-making sort of cartographer.
Oh. What kind of maps do you make?
Every kind a pirate could need. My eyes have seen the whole world. And there's not a part of it I haven't put down on paper. Maps are very, very important.
Actually, I prefer to just stop and ask directions.
That's what Magellan thought. Sorry, cartographer joke.
Is longitude the sideways one, or is that latitude? I can never remember which is which.
It's so cute when you lay people try to understand geography. I could try to explain it, but it would probably just go over your head.
You know, I could just sit and talk about maps all day.
Hey, me too.
Is that all you do? Make maps?
Well, I do some restoration work too. I paste them together, recopy them, paint little cupids in the corners. You know, artsy-fartsy stuff. Maps are very, very important.
Not to me. I don't travel.
That's even better. With good maps, you can see the whole world without leaving your living room.
Would you mind if I just looked around?
No, be my guest.
Perfetto ragazzi, ovviamente adesso dobbiamo andare a prendere il monocolo di Wally, vedete?
Hey,
Ok.
where's my monocle? I can't see a thing without my monocle.
Caro Wally, arrivederci, buona giornata. Va bene ragazzi, andiamocene per di qua e vediamo cosa compiere. Il topolino, vedete ragazzi? Allora c'è un bel secchio.
It's just a bucket.
Hey, leave that alone.
Sorry, is this your bucket?
Well, no.
So you won't mind if I take it?
I guess not.
Perfetto. Ve li ricordate, questi tre ragazzi erano i pirati di bassa morale che avevano il topo nel primo episodio che trovavamo a Melee Island.
Wake up!
What is it?
Long time no see.
Do we know you?
I'm Guybrush. You tried to sell me the minutes of a PTA meeting in the last game, claiming it was a map?
Map? I don't know what you're talking about.
No, really.
Why did you wake us up, Guybrush?
What happened to your leg?
It happened during a performance.
That's what we do for a living now.
You see, after our circus failed, we started a pirate catering business on nearby Fat Island.
The sacking lunch. It was quite lucrative.
What does this have to do with performing?
I'm getting to that. The governor of the island made us an offer we, couldn't refuse. So, we sold him the business.
But what does this have to do with performing?
We're getting to that.
We sank the money into one of those newfangled glass-bottom boats
We wanted to take passengers on sightseeing trips.
and search for a place called Drinky Island in our spare time.
Boy, did we ever want to get there.
Aside from the obvious reason, we had inside information that Drinky was in fact the resting place of the legendary treasure of Big Whoop.
Come avete visto, non dice esattamente in italiano quello che dice in inglese. Sentite la musica? Bellissimo, guardate le lanterne che si muovono, ragazzi, guardate, veramente stupendo. Guardate, addirittura a terra si vede la luce, cosa che nella versione praticamente qua rimasterizzata non si vede tanto. Invece guardate a terra, guardate come si riflette la luce a terra, cioè un vero e proprio capolavoro, veramente stupendo.
Big whoop? I'm looking for that too.
Well, I hope your luck is better than ours.
You see, we got a bit of a raw deal on the boat.
Seems the salesman didn't have any glass for the bottom, so he just left a gaping hole there.
By the time we noticed, we were taking on water, fast.
We ended up stranded on a tiny desert island.
When did we get to the performing part?
We met a philosopher on the island, and he told us something which changed our lives.
What? What is it? What did he say? Tell me already.
He told us that all the world is a stage and that we are merely players. So, we became performance artists.
When he lost the leg, Frank was brilliantly showing the inseparability of the path man walks from the food chain.
The symbolism of the cheese was essential. You know, this leg is looking sort of dingy. Would you get some polish over at the Woodsmiths and polish it for me?
Give me money for the polish.
Okay.
What are you guys doing up there?
We're performing.
That's right. Performing. In our current work, we portray man's response to global environmental issues of a changing world.
How come you have to perform on that ledge?
To show the precarious nature of the situation. So to speak.
Right.
I think you're overlooking the potential symbolism to be gained by your closeness to the Earth.
But,
All right, you got us. We're really up here because...
well, we're afraid to come down.
What?
What's the word for it, Frank?
Terraformophobia?
It's the opposite of acrophobia. Something like orcaphobia.
Fear of killer whales?
Say what you will, we're not coming down.
Is that your rat?
Yes, we call him Munster Monster because of his insatiable passion for cheese.
See you later.
We can scarcely contain our anticipation.
Perfetto, prendono e si mettono ovviamente a dormire. Ovviamente, ragazzi, andremo ovviamente dal mitico lavandaio dopo. Guardate qui, ragazzi, possiamo andare nella finestrina, guardate un pochettino. Quindi questa finestra aperta, quindi passate quando non giocate alle avventure grafiche, puntature sempre in ogni parte del gioco. Così era la grafica originale, vedete, ragazzi. Qui abbiamo un coltello
Sharp.
che andiamo a pigliare.
It's a cold potato and leek soup. He looks really into his cooking. Excuse me.
Don't bug me. I'm cooking.
Perfetto, ragazzi.
Ugh, it's all cans of fruit cocktail. I hate fruit cocktail. The fire's out. I'm no cook. It's already closed. I bet it weighs half a ton.
Perfetto.
I'm no cook.
Vediamo se ce ne possiamo uscire da questa porta.
Hey, hired help only.
Perfetto.
What is he using to clean those glasses? Excuse me.
Yeah, boy?
Per pulire i bicchieri ci sputa dentro.
Grog, please. Shaken, not stirred.
Maybe you'd like a Shirley Temple instead.
I'm old enough. Look at my beard.
Ha! That's the oldest trick in the book. Tell you what, I'll let you have some near grog. Doesn't have any alcohol in it, but it's just as nasty smelling and foul tasting as that stuff grown-ups drink.
Right on.
Oh, wait. What am I saying? I just sold the last of it to Kate. Sorry.
Rats.
Of course, if you have some ID.
I must have left my ID in my other pants.
You'll have to do better than that. No ID, no service. It's the law. And let's just say I want to keep on the good side of it.
Why?
Because the law around here isn't the law at all. It's Largo. You know, I can mix any drink there is, make anything you could name, but I can't make the one thing that could really do this island some good.
What's that?
A voodoo doll of Largo LeGrand. You there? Uh-oh. Give me my usual and put it in a real glass.
Perfetto, ragazzi.
Fork over the dough or you'll be serving Bloody Marys for a week. From your nose. That's all I have. Well, you better have more tomorrow, or we might have to move this stump to a new location. Like, say, the bottom of the ocean.
Quindi prendi il pizzo.
Boy, you just gave him all your money?
I don't want to talk about it.
Ragazzi, brutta situazione.
Excuse me.
Yeah, boy?
Who is this Kate person?
Ah, the courageous Captain Kate Capsize. Tough as steel, sharp as nails. She rents her ship out, does some freelance pirating. Her only loyalty is to the highest bidder. Don't get on her bad side.
Want to see my scar?
Depends. Is there a good story behind it?
As a matter of fact, there is. It's a story of the ghost pirate LeChuck and his gruesome demise.
Heard it. This is the one where he drinks too much root beer and burps so hard he explodes, right?
Not exactly.
Frankly, I don't care much for stories that promote moderation in drinking. I do have a business to run, you know.
Certo, ovviamente.
Nice place you have here. Well, see ya. It reads JoJo, appearing nightly, no cover charge. Better leave it there. Don't want to hurt business. I should have listened to my mother. I should have practiced. It's a metronome.
Ragazzi, vedete la grafica originale com'è, vedete che lo sputo praticamente di Largo come viene qui rappresentato, qui invece è meglio evidenziato.
Largo's been here.
Largo è stato qui, ce ne possiamo anche andare.
Okay, here is the big premiere.
Vabbè, questa parte qua l'abbiamo già sentita. Possiamo andare praticamente a prendere lucido da scarpe. Wally l'abbiamo. Possiamo andare da Wally perché Wally ha praticamente la carta, vedete ragazzi? Vedete il mucchio di carta?
It's a pile of blank paper.
I love Wally the cartographer.
Wally has just been taken so much abuse over the course of the series, which seems to be.
Well, you know, we cut that stuff at the end of the game with, you know, him on the raft and all that.
That's right. We cut the whole raft thing.
I get a lot of email from people wanting to know what we were going to do with Wally and that whole.
Do we ever show what happens to him now? Because when you blow up out of the, you know, the whatchamacallit, you blow up out of the, and then you used to land on a raft.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll find out.
I don't remember.
That's a good voice for him. Whoa! Could you guys hear my?
See, now we steal his monocle.
Yeah, we steal his monocle. It's super sad. Yeah, we totally make him unable to do his job, but because we needed a lens for our little.
Yep. Gotta ruin everyone in this town before we're done.
He would steal it.
Perfetto ragazzi, quindi avete
I'd go
visto
for
cosa
help, but
dicevano
I'm
i
afraid to walk
programmatori.
around like this.
It's a pile of blank paper.
Perfetto, lo prendiamo perché ci servirà
I'm
per
stuck
prendere
here
lo
forever.
sputo di largo, avete capito bene. Quindi possiamo scendere di qua e iniziare a pigliare il primo elemento per fare la bambola voodoo che ci ha detto praticamente lo stesso barista.
Oh, yeah. Yep, it's Largo's.
Perfetto, ce ne andremo quindi qui sopra, vedete, e ci riusciamo per andare anche dal mitico falegname, ragazzi, a prendere il lucido da scarpe. E poi ci serviranno ovviamente in futuro anche altri oggetti.
He looks buff.
Vi faccio vedere com'era la grafica originale, molto carina, vedete, molto molto bella. Perfetto.
Yeah?
What's the problem with that Largo guy?
He really goes against my grain. I'd like to make an end table out of him, but I don't have the guts. With all my tools, I'm still unable to create the one thing that could do this island some good.
Like an all-night tattoo parlor?
No, like a voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
Oh. Nice apron. Are you some sort of chef?
No, I'm a woodsmith, which gives one of us an excuse for dressing funny.
Could I buy some wood polish?
That's 1 piece of 8. Anything else?
I'd just like to browse, thanks.
Okay, but don't touch anything.
Con lui possiamo anche giocare a fare una filastrocca, ragazzi, e dovremmo prendere poi dopo il martello. Va bene, vediamo, ovviamente ce ne andiamo quindi da quest'altra parte qua, guardate le ranette, abbiamo fatto quasi tutto, diciamo, per quello che dovevamo fare qui per il momento, ce ne andiamo qui sopra. Ed eccoci qua ragazzi, vedete la grafica com'era, originale, vedete, bellissima.
Busy guy.
Time is money.
Excuse me, I'd like a room, please.
Sorry, we only have one and it's full.
I'd have to have a room first. Only one guest.
Yes, but that dang Largo eats like 30.
Perfetto.
Oh, isn't that cute? I could lose a finger doing that.
Perfetto ragazzi, andiamo a usare quindi il coltello, vedete, con la corda per liberare l'alligatore, perché il signore è molto occupato.
Hey, how'd old Pegbiter get loose? I'd better go catch him before he catches somebody else.
Perfetto. Vedete un pochettino ci sono delle patatine.
Cheese squigglies. One of my favorites.
Perfetto. E qui sopra possiamo andare a vedere che cos'è questa porta. In realtà questa nave ha solo una stanza, pensate un pochettino. Guardate qui, andiamo a prendere ovviamente il parrucchino.
It's already open. It's a bit on the tattered side.
Perfetto, e ce ne possiamo... Oh.
Who let you into my room?
I, thought it was my room?
Well, it ain't. So get the f*** out of here.
Perfetto ragazzi, abbiamo preso però il
There's
parrucchino.
strange little white bugs all over it.
Perfetto, quindi abbiamo preso il parrucchino e ce ne possiamo andare. Abbiamo preso un'altra parte praticamente per fare la bambola voodoo. In realtà queste cose ci sarebbero dovute essere dette dal nostro, praticamente dalla signora voodoo, che adesso andremo piano piano a trovare, ragazzi. Quindi ce ne andiamo praticamente di qua. Quindi qui siamo a Wood, vedete ragazzi la penisola, vedete ci sono il cimitero, abbiamo quindi la possibilità, vedete ragazzi, andare al cimitero, la palude, la spiaggia, e andiamo direttamente alla palude. Alla palude dovremmo fare delle cosucce. Vi faccio vedere il gioco originale com'era, vedete, molto molto bello, addirittura l'acqua si muove, ci sono i pipistrelli. Perfetto, vedete un pochettino la palude.
It looks murky. I don't want to touch it with my hands.
Perfetto, quindi andremo a usare il secchio con la
Wow,
palude.
a whole bucket of mud. And it's mine. All mine.
Quindi andiamo a vedere.
It's a bucket full of mud.
Perfetto.
Creepy, but apparently seaworthy. International House of Mojo. I don't want to pull it out of the water. It might be covered with jellyfish and swampy parasites.
Ok, perfetto, andiamo a utilizzare la bara per, vi faccio vedere anche il gioco appunto com'era con la bara, per andare qui dentro, quindi vedete ci muoveremo da questa parte qua, quando la giocai rimasi molto colpito, dissi wow, incredibile, ci si sposta addirittura con praticamente nella palude, vedete ragazzi, quindi andiamo qua, vi faccio vedere, molto bello, devo dire la verità, qua pensavo addirittura di essere schiacciato e invece no. Vedete com'era il gioco originale.
It appears to be yo-yo string. I'll just take a little.
Perfetto.
Cat dewormer. Spider lungs. Golden tongue, the 5-day treatment plan that helps you talk to women. Tender touch pirate powder, prevents stump chafing and eye patch rash. It looks like bound editions of Voodoo Quarterly. No, that stuff's way too technical for me. It looks like bound editions of Voodoo Quarterly. Bat wax. Cat dewormer. Ash to life, the uncremating cream.
Hey, that's just a display model.
Guardate chi troviamo ragazzi, la Voodoo Lady.
Guybrush 3 It's been a long time since you last came to see me.
About that jar I was looking at?
That's one of my most powerful potions. Brings the dead back to life.
I'll take it.
There are some complications. It only works on ashes, and the resurrection is only temporary. Plus, you need to bring me a sample of the subject's ashes before I can mix you up a batch.
Boy, voodoo's complicated.
Rules are rules.
Tell me about this Largo guy.
He's a weak little man who bullies this whole island around. Most people are afraid of him because he was once LeChuck's right-hand man.
Yeah, but LeChuck's history. I got rid of him myself.
True evil can never be destroyed completely. You will see.
Quindi ragazzi sta tornando.
Do I know you from somewhere?
LeChuck.
Ah, we often forget those who help us most.
We do?
It was I who told you how to do away with LeChuck. I told you where to find the voodoo antiroot and how to turn it into the powerful ghost-dissolving potion you needed.
Oh, yeah, now I remember.
Vedete com'era la Voodoo Lady nella versione originale, vedete?
Why don't you just put a curse on Largo?
I've tried. My most powerful magic lies in voodoo dolls. But to make an effective doll, I need some items from Largo's person, and no one's brave enough to go get them for me.
What kind of ingredients do you need for the doll?
Are you willing to help me make one?
Maybe.
To make it work, you need to bring me some personal artifacts of the victim. One from each of the 4 basic voodoo groups. Something of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead.
Hey, that almost rhymes.
For the thread, I need a piece of Largo's clothing, and a lock of hair will do for the head. Bring me a sample of fluid from his body, and from his dead relatives, you must acquire some remnant of a corpse. Here, take this shopping list.
Thanks.
Do you have any of those ingredients with you?
I have his toupee.
Not quite a part of his head, but maybe I can get some scalp fragments from it. Have you brought me any other ingredients?
I have some of his spit.
Excellent.
Perfect.
You may keep the paper. Have you brought me any other ingredients?
I'll bring you more later.
Good. Now go.
Perfetto ragazzi, possiamo quindi andarcene qui dentro. E quindi andremo sicuramente al cimitero per prendere qualcosa di un parente morto e poi ci servirà qualcosa del suo indumento, quindi stiamo proseguendo abbastanza bene, vediamo un pochettino dove andare. Vedete ragazzi, piano piano siamo arrivati. Questa è ovviamente solamente una parte introduttiva del gioco, il vero grosso gioco sarà la parte 2. Andremo quindi al cimitero e dovremmo poi nella parte 2 ancora visitare Scape Island, nonché altre 2 isole. Vi faccio vedere com'era l'originale, bellissima, eh? Sentite come sfuma la musica.
Marco Largo Legrand. Hell on sea or sand. The good news is he's dead. The bad news is he bred.
Perfetto ragazzi, quindi andiamo a usare la pala.
I can't dig that, Daddy. Nice. This is creepy feeling.
Vediamo ragazzi. Sentite la musica come sfuma. Ed ecco la scena più bella del gioco.
I'd swear on my grandfather's grave, something weird is going on.
Il nonno non c'è più.
Oh god, I forgot about the graveyard.
This is like the greatest scene ever.
Why are the bats making different sounds here?
Okay, so why
This is another thing we fought over. I thought the pants thing, I didn't think that was funny.
I think the pants
And you
thing
thought it was
is
the best thing in the whole game.
I did, and I still do. I actually use this as an example sometimes when I'm talking
you used to
to
think
people.
was funny and now realize it's not funny.
No, it's like the pinnacle of humor. It's an untoppable moment.
But what, did he pull his belt off in order to dig? What? Why does that happen, Ron? Now tell us.
It's because the game requires different levels. If you got your sophisticated.
But why do his pants fall down? Did he use his belt to dig? See, that would make sense.
The problem is you're trying to justify it too much. It's just funny. Just roll with it.
It's fantasy about pants falling down.
It's just a stupid computer game, Tim.
Oh, see, I think that could have been a really deep moment. His pants fell for a reason. For example,
gravity.
He was digging up. You win. It's hilarious. But I never liked anything that was great. And like I was against the insult sword fighting. Remember, I was like, people are gonna be really mad. Well, for the beginning of the meeting, you were like, how about? I think it's too action oriented if we actually put sword fighting in there, because it was gonna be like karateka, and it's like it's too action oriented. I think people would enjoy it more if it was just insults, which I realize now is a great idea. At the time, I thought we're gonna get angry letters from people who want to use their sword. That but I saw the light eventually.
Well, that came from all that time we spent watching those movies in the media room at the main house. Was the way the pirates, verbally jousted with each other.
Yeah, I remember you saying it was just what they said that was important, and that the sword fighting always seemed like kind of a background activity.
Perfetto, ragazzi.
There once was a girl named Carrie who thought that she soon should marry. She went into town and flirted around. She didn't get wed, she got buried.
Perfetto.
No man commanded Jean-Louise, not on land and not on water. John did whatever he did please, until he kissed the gunner's daughter. Here lies daredevil Jim McDowell, hand of steel, leg of wood. Jim took every risk he could. A life of action, that was Jim's. Too bad he ran out of limbs.
Accetto.
Nice.
Perfetto ragazzi, ce ne possiamo scendere, ogni tomba ha una sua storia, pensate un pochettino.
The grave of the unknown pirate. The grave of the unknown cabin boy. The grave of the unknown drunk guy we found face down in his own vomit on the beach. These spots reserved for our privileged future customers. The Quagmires, no trespassing. The Grouts, no trespassing.
Vedete le famiglie praticamente.
Here lie the Gordo brothers, too big for any ship. Let's hope the Earth can hold them. Here lie the Gordo brothers, too big for any ship. Let's hope the Earth can hold them. Stan's Cozy Crypts, a place to spend eternity, not a fortune.
Perfetto, avete visto che Stan ha cambiato praticamente quindi attività. E
The Ricketts, no trespassing. Here lies Hank Plank. Does anybody recognize that name? He didn't have any money on him when he died, and somebody's got to pay for the funeral. Stan.
Perfetto, altra tomba di Stan.
Here lies Hank Plank. Does anybody recognize that name? He didn't have any money on him when he died, and somebody's got to pay for the funeral. Stan. Stan's Casual Crosses, for graves that don't need to dress up.
Perfetto.
Warning! Quarantine tomb. Inhabitants died of green tongue fever.
Ok, perfetto ragazzi. Ci siamo fatti un giro anche al cimitero. Ok, adesso possiamo andare praticamente. Abbiamo detto. Abbiamo qualcosa in morto. Abbiamo, mi sembra forse tutto. Forse dobbiamo andare anche alla palude di nuovo. Dobbiamo andare, mi sembra, alla spiaggia. Perché ci serve una cosuccia. Eccolo qua.
Nice stick.
Vedete ragazzi, c'è un bastoncino in evidenza rispetto, ecco qua, e ce ne possiamo andare. Poi qua possiamo anche ritornare. Perfetto, andiamo a boutique e vediamo cosa fare. Ce ne andiamo quindi da questa parte qua. Siamo ormai tornati, vedete ragazzi. Andiamo qui dentro. Quindi andremo praticamente ad aprire il forziere. Andiamo qui a usare le patatine con il forziere. Perfetto, andiamo quindi ad aprire il forziere. Andremo a usare il bastoncino con il forziere. Andiamo a usare il filo con il bastone. Vedete ragazzi, adesso e ci mettiamo qua. E il topolino ovviamente mangerà le patatine, quindi andiamo a tirare e a raccogliere il filo. Perfetto, apriamo praticamente il forziere, raccogliamo il topo, vedete? Piccolo amico topo, ecco qua ragazzi, e possiamo quindi chiudere tutto. Andiamo qui a usare il lucido di scarpe con la gamba.
Thanks. Here's a piece of 8 for your trouble.
Perfetto ragazzi, e ce ne possiamo andare. Quella gamba però ovviamente farà una brutta fine. Abbiamo il secchio, abbiamo tante cose. Perfetto, quindi abbiamo il topolino che ci servirà adesso per fare un bello scherzettino. Vedete? Quindi andiamo praticamente qua. Prepariamoci a usare il secchio con il fango. Perfetto, chiudiamo la porta.
It doesn't seem to stay closed.
Usiamo il secchio con la porta. Vedete ragazzi, guardate qua. E ce ne andiamo.
I think I hear Largo coming.
Perfetto.
Hey, what the hell? What's going on? Whoever did this is gonna pay. I can't get this thing off my head. When I get this thing off my head, somebody's gonna be real sorry.
Perfetto.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that. You looked pretty steamed.
Perfetto ragazzi, adesso ce ne possiamo quindi andare perché ovviamente Largo sarà andato a fare una determinata cosa. Cosa avrà fatto ovviamente il caro Largo? Sarà andato ovviamente a farsi pulire la mitica camicetta che tiene ovviamente sporca di fango.
You're making me mad, Marty!
That's my name, don't wear it out.
Look, I want it free and I want it tonight!
Party tonight? Sure, I'll come.
I'm talking about getting my laundry!
Don't worry about me. I've been dry for 3 years.
I said I need it back tonight.
What? Yeah, we'll stay out all night.
This is useless. You tell them I'll be back to pick it up. Or else.
Perfetto ragazzi, avete capito che il mitico Marty ovviamente è il lavandaio e non sente, quindi ha praticamente una pipa dentro l'orecchio per amplificare quello che gli arriva appunto alle orecchie, quindi ce ne dobbiamo andare da queste parti qua. Vediamo un pochettino, ritorniamo nella stanza di Largo, perché per ritirare la biancheria dobbiamo dare a Marty il mitico vedete ragazzi, abbiamo preso il bigliettino praticamente.
Nice!
Un bel bigliettino per ritirare la biancheria. Andiamo da Marty, ci facciamo 4 chiacchiere, diamo il biglietto e ci pigliamo il pezzo del corpo, dell'indumento di Largo. E abbiamo tutti gli elementi per la bambola voodoo.
He looks nice enough. What do you know about Largo Legrand?
I don't know anything about cargo or contraband. I'm clean, clean, clean.
Beh, è un lavandaio.
I'd like to pick up some clothes.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny.
Questo ci sente.
Got it right here.
Great. I'll see what we have ready for Mr. Legrand. I know it's here somewhere. I saw it a while ago.
Vediamo.
Oh, where was it?
Gamba di legno, un pappagallo, ragazzi.
Ah, here it comes.
Eccolo qua, il reggiseno. Perché Largo porta il reggiseno.
Nice April fresh scent.
Il fresco profumo di aprile, della primavera. Perfetto ragazzi, abbiamo tutto quello che ci serviva, però possiamo fare anche un'altra cosa. Abbiamo preso ovviamente il topolino e quindi che cosa possiamo andare a compiere, a fare? Perfetto, pigliamo il topo.
Good thing this is a cold soup.
Quindi ce ne usciamo da questa parte qua.
The barkeep might see me.
Perfetto. Abbiamo messo il topo dentro la zuppa. Andiamo a chiedere. È caduto a sedere a terra. Povero Guybrush, cade di sedere. Ci buttiamo quindi qui. Parliamo col barista e gli chiediamo un po' di zuppa.
Excuse me.
Yeah, boy?
Hey, how's the stew tonight?
Stew? Oh, gosh. We only serve gourmet chilled soups here. In fact, our new cook has been working all day on a very special vichyssoise. Let me go see how he's doing. How's the vichyssoise, Bernard?
Excellent, sir. Won't you have a taste?
Oh, I think I will. Oh my God! What kind of demented recipe book are you using?
Ride.
Fired!
But, sir...
Out! Get out of my sight! This is the most disgusting, filthy mess I've ever seen in my life! Look at all the hair! And what's this stuff? How am I ever gonna get rid of this junk? Well, here's your soup.
I'm really not that hungry anymore.
Dang. Hey, can you cook?
A little.
How'd you like a career in the fast-paced world of pub food cuisine?
Are you saying there's an opening in the kitchen?
Yeah. You interested?
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Great. Job is yours. Here's a week's worth of wages. Now go strap on that apron and get to work.
Okie dokie.
Subito al lavoro, ragazzi, subito al lavoro. Ecco il lavoro di Guybrush. Guardate il lavoro di Guybrush com'è. Guardate subito il lavoro di Guybrush, come Guybrush fa il lavoro. Ecco qua, arrivederci. Ecco qua, e quindi se ne scappa un'altra volta. Però ha preso ovviamente i denarielli. Sono ricco praticamente, sono ricco, grande, una paga anticipata di una settimana. Paga bene il signore, paga bene, tutte le persone vengono a mangiare da lui. Ce ne andiamo quindi sul sentiero, ce ne andiamo finalmente alla palude. Abbiamo ovviamente gli altri due elementi, un pezzo del morto e un pezzo del tessuto, vedete ragazzi?
Gross.
Il pezzo del morto andiamo a usare praticamente la
Creepy,
bara.
but apparently seaworthy.
Perfetto, e ce ne andiamo di qua. Immediatamente ce ne andiamo nella capannina che non è il locale di Corso. Perfetto, siamo qui sopra, ci mettiamo quindi da questa parte qua e parliamo con
Brought me any
Lady.
more ingredients?
I have the bone of his grandfather.
Perfect. Do you have the final ingredient?
I have this pearly white bra.
Yes, that will work. At last! Now I can make a voodoo doll to be reckoned with. Let me get my juju bag. And now for the ingredients. A dandruff flake from Largo's head. A single piece of Largo's thread. A drop of fluid from his body. A single chip off the bone of the dead. And finally, some miscellaneous voodoo herbs and seasonings, including monosodium glutamate. This ought to be good. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we assassinate? Largo, yeah.
Hey, that looks just like him. Thanks, Voodoo Lady.
One more thing. Some of the ingredients were not the optimum specimens. It should still work, but it will have a limited range. You will have to get close to Largo. Very close.
Ok, perfetto ragazzi, spilloni e bambola voodoo. Andiamo a prendere ovviamente la nostra mitica barra per spostarci. Vedete come si muove qui dentro, non si muoveva però l'acqua. Ecco qua, ma c'erano ovviamente le luci, invece lì si muove l'acqua. Ovviamente ce ne possiamo andare, quindi non solo dovremo adesso utilizzare la bambola voodoo di Largo in maniera molto ravvicinata, ma addirittura dovremmo fare una cosarella, cioè andare ovviamente a scapparcene dal mitica Scape Island. Quindi dovremmo andare poi dopo al porto, alla penisola, dove possiamo scapparcene. Perfetto, andiamo a utilizzare la bambola praticamente voodoo con il mitico Largo. Andiamo un pochettino, quindi ce ne andiamo da questa parte qua. Vedete, dobbiamo fare usa gli spilloni con la bambola.
It's little, mean looking and ugly, just like Largo.
Hey, what are you doing in here?
Take that, you stumpy little dim-witted toad!
What? Who do you think you are?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. People don't always recognize me. That's why I carry this!
I'm gonna tear you limb from limb. How are you doing that?
Largo the Grand, you are a no-good, vicious two-bit thug. I command you to give me back my money and leave this island.
Ha! I already spent all your money.
Oh, well, I command you to leave this island.
Just you try and make...
That'll teach you to mess with the slayer of the ghost pirate LeChuck.
What's that? You killed LeChuck?
As a matter of fact, I did. Quite an interesting story, actually.
The fortune teller said she did in LeChuck.
She did she? Does she have one of these?
Is that?
Yes, LeChuck's beard. Still alive and wriggling.
Let me see that. Boy, it is alive. We've been looking for a living piece of LeChuck for years. Now we can bring it back to life. Look out, world! The most fearsome pirate of all time will soon sail the seas again.
Whoops.
E se n'è scappato con la barba in tasca. Brutta situazione.
I'm afraid it's true, Guybrush. If they have any animated tissue, they can reanimate his whole body.
But I blew his body into a zillion gooey pieces.
Not his body, Guybrush. You destroyed his spirit form. His body was safely buried far away.
But by now it must be...
rotten? Partially decomposed? Yes. And I don't think that's going to make him any more pleasant to deal with.
He's gonna be looking for me.
Yes.
He's gonna try to kill me.
Undoubtedly.
What can I do?
You're already doing all that you can.
What's that?
Hunting for Big Whoop.
Oh, yeah, I was doing that, wasn't I?
Big Whoop isn't just a treasure. It contains the secret to another world. Find that world, and you'll be able to escape LeChuck forever.
But I know so little about Big Whoop.
Take this book.
Big Whoop, Unclaimed Bonanza or Myth. And where'd you get this?
I checked it out at the Fat City Library. I foresaw your need.
Gee, thanks.
I used your name when I checked it out, so be sure and return it when you're through reading. The overdue fines in Fat City are pretty steep.
Gee, thanks.
Grazie mille. Hai usato il mio nome. Va bene ragazzi, andremo poi dopo a leggere tutto su Big Whoop. Intanto dobbiamo lasciare quanto prima l'isola di Pet Island. Ricordatevi che la nave su cui salparono i quattro che andarono a caccia di Big Whoop era chiamata Elaine. Elaine capirete anche perché ovviamente c'è un legame con Elaine Marley, che era la fidanzata e in realtà ex fidanzata di Guybrush. Si sono lasciati perché Guybrush andava alla ricerca di avventura. Adesso dobbiamo quindi salpare. Vi faccio vedere com'era praticamente l'immagine qui, molto molto bella. Questa è una parte che vedrete poco in realtà, questa casa galleggiante. Ovviamente c'è tutto questo percorso qua particolare fatto proprio per farvi spazientire e tendenzialmente farvi vedere l'ambiente, perché lo vedrete poco.
Captain Dread.
I never liked his name.
Captain Dread, that's a great name.
I never liked his name.
Captain Dread. It's
a great
both
name.
Scary pirate name and dreadlocks. Maybe you don't realize this, but those big chunks of hair are called dreadlocks.
I think it was because the pun was too obvious.
Oh, there's something too obvious, not subtle enough in Monkey Island for you, pants dropper.
Right. Well, it's because you're missing all the symbolism of the pants dropping.
The thing I didn't like was that you never see his face except for the very beginning. His head is turned the whole time. I'm like, this is so disconcerting to see just the back of his head. He could just have his head. He could have had his head just tilted a little bit like that.
Vedete ragazzi come nel Capitano Dread, vedete? Questo disegno sembra un po' amatoriale, devo dire la verità,
Hello?
Hello, man. My name's Captain Dread. What can I do for ya?
Vedete ragazzi le treccine del Capitano Dread. In realtà qui vanno davanti al timone, qui invece dietro al timone.
I need to charter a ship.
I can't charter you my ship because a while ago I lost my lucky sailing necklace. I called it my eye that has seen the world. I can't sail without it? No way, man.
Lui praticamente è il collega di colui a cui è stata tagliata la testa e è diventata la testa del navigatore con la collana che rendeva invisibile.
Tell me more about that necklace thingy you lost.
It happened some time ago. My navigator and I set sail for this legendary island. When we arrived, we were taken prisoner by cannibals.
Ecco qua, vedete.
I escaped, man. But my navigator was not so lucky. All I found of him was one of his eyeballs. And I've kept it as a good luck charm.
Gee, I think I've met your friend.
Unlikely.
Natty dreads.
Thanks, man.
I gotta run. Lots of treasure hunting to do.
Okay. Bye, man. Come again.
Vabbè ragazzi, dobbiamo ovviamente rientrare e dare praticamente
Everything looks all blurry.
il monocolo
Would you
al
like my
capitano.
monocle?
Thanks, man. This'll do just fine for my lucky sailing necklace. What can I do for ya?
I need to charter a ship.
You're in luck, my friend. Rumor has it that Lago's been run off the island, so I'm now free to sail again. Only problem is that you don't look like the type that has 20 pieces of 8.
Actually, I do have that much.
Well, man, consider me ship chartered.
Great. Where's your ship?
You're standing in it, man.
Yikes.
Parte 2, 4 pezzi di mappa. Allora ragazzi, questa è la parte più lunga del gioco che ovviamente andremo a vedere.
Deep in the Caribbean, hidden by an endless storm, lies LeChuck's fortress.
Mirko Papella, ma dove vieni? Arrivi dopo un'ora.
So, when are we gonna resurrect the old bloated
E la
fool?
notifica.
Oops.
Sì, ti sei perso la prima parte.
Ignore that comment just this one time, Largo. Only because they tell me you found Guybrush Threepwood.
It's Threepwood, and I found him on Scab Island.
Very good. No one gets the upper hand on LeChuck without getting what he deserves. I want Guybrush brought to me, and I want him brought alive. I am entrusting this to you. Do not fail me.
Never, your voodoo lordship.
Aye. Guybrush Threepwood is finished. I need you to start building me a very special doll.
With pleasure.
I'm off to find Big Whoop.
Here comes the exciting sailing scene.
Sentiamo
this was
questa
for the ship
parte,
combat I
Mirko,
worked so
senti,
hard on.
senti.
No, that was on Monkey 1. That was on Monkey
It
1.
was not in Monkey
That's
1.
right, both
It was
of
on
us
the cutting
worked on
room
it for a
floor of
while,
Monkey
and
1
then- yeah.
because it was too good for that game. Okay, Jolly Rasta, that's not a good name. Dread is a good name, but Jolly
Dread's a
Rasta,
bad
it
name.
sounds like pasta.
It's a horrible name.
It should have been the Jolly Pasta.
Yeah, it should have been the Jolly Pasta. Should have been the elbow macaroni.
Allora Mirko Papella mi sono perso tutto, Mirko Papella sto in là pure io, Mirko Papella mi sono perso i mutandi Largo, in realtà erano i mutandi di Guybrush e Largo aveva il reggiseno, non ti ricordi bene. Mi sono perso Wally che viene derubato sul monocolo, sicuramente che disdetta. Mirko Papella mi sono perso il pettignano nella zuppa solo per i tuoi porci comodi, il maccherone, capito bene. Intanto ci pigliamo il mitico,
It has a picture of a parrot on the front.
il cibo per il pappagallo, ragazzi. Vabbè Mirchetto caro, che dirti, io credo
Welcome to the Jolly Rasta. Where do you want to go?
Polly Wunta Cracker, capito bene.
I don't know. What are my choices?
I only know how to get to
Certo,
3
certo,
islands,
normale.
man.
What are they?
There's where we just came from, Scab Island, the only island where pirates are free to be pirates. Then there's Booty Island, the festive
E
French
non era
Mardi
colpa
Gras
mia la
party all the
cena.
time island. It's run by one of the
Comunque è
most
andata bene,
respected
è andata
and
bene,
loved
caro
governors
Mirko
around,
Papella.
Governor Elaine Marley.
Elaine?
And last, there is Fat Island, a fascist dictatorship run by an over-bloated pig named Governor Fat. Here, take this easy-to-read reference map, courtesy of Dread Tours. You can use it to show me where you want to go.
Va bene ragazzi, Mirko Papella dice giustamente come è andato tutto. Va bene signori, io farei una bella cosa, me ne andrei praticamente di nuovo su Scab Island, poi quindi rimarrei praticamente qui, farei un salvataggio, praticamente salva il gioco, abbiamo anche il nostro slot di salvataggio automatico, quindi lo salva in maniera automatica, torniamo quindi indietro e ovviamente riprendiamo il gioco. Voglio però farvi vedere una cosa, volevo farvi vedere una cosa. C'era la possibilità, riprendiamo ovviamente qui il gioco. Allora ragazzi, che dirvi, Monkey Island ovviamente 2 è forse la migliore avventura grafica che abbia mai giocato, veramente spettacolare, bellissima, e vi consiglio di vedere le mie live per vedere come va a finire. Ovviamente porterò, come vi ho detto all'inizio della live, tutti i titoli di Monkey Island, quindi mi raccomando iscrivetevi, abbonatevi, donate, supportatemi. Ovviamente potete condividere anche il video e commentare. Il video è dedicato a Mirko Papella. Mirko Papella è arrivato tardi, purtroppo stava giocando anche lui in live, non lo sapevo, altrimenti l'avrei avvisato, ma in realtà non l'avrei certo forse disturbato. E ovviamente dedicherò tutta la serie di Monkey Island, nonché molte delle avventure grafiche, proprio a Mirko Papella, che adora le avventure grafiche. Per il resto io mi devo assentare, non mi disturba affatto, no, ma ti disturba affatto, e quindi non voglio ovviamente distoglierti anche dalla tua passione. Il video però è dedicato a te, tutta la serie Monkey Island è dedicata a te, che ti piace tanto con questa scimmietta e questa banana, devo dirti la verità. Quindi adesso vado a fare colazione, ci vediamo più tardi con altri videogiochi, quindi caro Mirko, dopo ci vediamo, speriamo che non te ne vai a dormire, o forse sì, perché hai fatto tardi anche stanotte, lo sai che di notte devi dormire. E per il resto ragazzi, nel box informazioni i links a tutti i miei social network. Mirko, con te ci vediamo tra pochissimo, andate anche sul canale di Mirko Papella se adesso torna a giocare, perché ne vale la pena, vi divertirete veramente tantissimo. Ciao Mirko, ciao a tutti voi dal vostro giocherellone, e figurati Mirko bello, ciao ciao ciao, a più tardi, ciao ciao.